Hi, I am M. Roblin. I am about helping you seek out your potential, awaken to new possibilities, zoom up and out from those problems, get a fresh perspective. Let's keep talking about calling out behavior that's not additive or constructive to building the kind of inclusive culture that is so important. So, we've talked in previous videos in this mini series about being called out and the recognition of the gap between our assessment of our own intention and how our behavior actually lands, and taking some responsibility for that. But I want to actually talk more about, so check those out if you haven't seen those. I want to actually talk about calling it out, because here's the thing: if we don't want to do harm, right? We don't want to cause harm that's going to be destructive, obviously, to building that inclusive culture. So if we're observing behavior in others that's really not additive or constructive, then, and we're not doing something about it, we're not speaking up against it, we're kind of adding to the harm. And that's the point. When you look at how it's the shift from not racist to anti-racist. It's the shift from not being sexist yourself to being anti-sexist. It's the shift from tolerating inappropriate behavior to proactively building that inclusive culture. And I'll give you just a quick example, and then let's call it the blanket tool. It's a tool that can always work, in my experience, to calling it out, especially when the behaviors are on the more toxic end. So let's just use the example. Okay, you're getting onto a virtual meeting. People are still calling in and people are kind of showing up and getting settled, and somebody just drops a totally inappropriate joke. I'm not going to give you any here. There's lots. You know what I mean, right? One of those jokes where it's cringeworthy and you're like, okay, yeah. And yeah, what's the response? Here's my tool. We don't do that here. And it could even be, we don't do that here anymore, or just, we don't do that here. Full stop. Yeah. What do you think? Have you ever heard somebody use that? Have you ever tried it? What do you think about that? Could you use it? Yeah. I've got another tool that's for more nuanced kind of situations. Let me share that one with you tomorrow. But let's get the conversation going. What do you think? Could you try it? Yeah. Let me know what you think.